The best luxury SUVs are as practical as they are classy and as desirable as they are relaxing to drive. Here we count down the top 10. Let's dive in. At number 10 we have the German king, the BMW X7. The only thing bigger than the X7's gigantic front grille is the car itself, so if you've got a big budget and a big family, it should definitely be on your shortlist. As a bonus, the interior is as luxurious as it is sturdy, and refinement is so impressive that someone in the third row can have a conversation with those up front without raising their voice. The way it drives is also surprising. For a car that's so big, the X7 handles and feels like something smaller, making it easy to place on the road. Our favorite engine, the 3.0-litre straight-six diesel in the xDrive 40D, provides strong performance and surprisingly good fuel economy, too. Granted, the X7 is a very heavy car, so it doesn't feel as light on its feet as, say, a Porsche Cayenne, but it's still more agile than a Land Rover Discovery or Mercedes GLS, especially in the most powerful M60i versions. Moving on, at number 9 we have the English prince, the Range Rover Sport. Land Rover knows a thing or two about building luxurious SUVs, and the Range Rover Sport is a prime example of the firm's expertise. Like the full-size Range Rover, you get a high driving position that gives you a great view of the road. And yet, the center console is raised to give it a slightly sportier feel. The ride is also smooth and supple, making it the ideal companion for long journeys. Our favorite version is the entry-level engine, the D300 diesel, because it blends impressively punchy performance with silken refinement. Indeed, its 296 brake horsepower is officially enough to get you to 62 miles per hour in 6.6 seconds, and that feels plenty quick enough despite being the least powerful option in the lineup. Every Range Rover Sport feels stable and relatively agile, but the BMW X5 offers even more grip through corners. Even taller passengers won't struggle for space in the rear seats, but unlike older Range Rover Sports, the latest model only has room for 5. If you want a 7-seat Range Rover, you'll need to spend more on its bigger brother. Moving on, at number 8 we have the German son, the Audi Q7. The Audi Q7 is an incredible all-rounder, offering composed driving dynamics and plenty of space for 7 occupants. Its strongest suit of all is comfort. The suspension soaks up impacts from speed bumps and other road imperfections with aplomb and demolishes long journeys like a private jet. The Q7 also takes on corners very well, and feels agile for its size. The interior quality only adds to the sense of comfort you get while driving, with plenty of soft touch materials, glossy black veneers and smart brushed metal trims used throughout. We also like the fact that there's plenty of technology on board, but the Q7's touchscreen infotainment system can be fiddly to use while driving. While its diesel power, which we recommend in the rival BMW X7 and Range Rover Sport, the Q7's 55 TFSI petrol motor is the one which will make the most sense to most buyers. It offers lots of low-down grunt, and with 355 brake horsepower available has no trouble in hauling the Q7 up to motorway speeds. Fuel economy aside, it's the best choice, especially considering that Audi no longer offers a plug-in hybrid version of the Q7. Moving on, at number 7 we have the BMW X5. It might not be quite as luxurious as its BMW X7 sibling, but there's a good reason why we suspect a lot of buyers will start their journey by looking at the X5 instead. It's a heck of a lot cheaper. Don't think that by spending less you'll be living in a bargain basement SUV, either, because it's truly hard to fault the quality of materials used inside the X5. Every surface you're likely to touch regularly is coated in plush-feeling materials, but what's especially impressive is that attractive, tactile finishes are used even in places you won't see or touch often. Then there's the X5's infotainment system, which remains one of the best in the business to use thanks to its rotary controller, a feature shared with the larger X7. While both petrol and diesel engine options are available, we'd steer you towards the xDrive 50e plug-in hybrid instead. This combines a 3.0-litre 6-cylinder petrol engine with an electric motor and a big 25.7 kilowatt-hour battery, allowing the X5 to officially cover up to 65 miles on electric power. That's further than plug-in hybrid versions of the Audi Q5 or Volvo XC90 can travel. As you might expect, having to cart around that large battery means boot space in plug-in hybrid X5s is smaller than that of regular models, but your holiday luggage still shouldn't pose any problems. Moving on, at number 6, we have the English king, the Land Rover Defender. While previous versions of the Land Rover Defender were as luxurious as flying economy on a low-cost airline, the latest version has upped the ante, mixing premium materials and cosseting on-road manners with the off-road prowess which has made the Defender name famous. You can have your Defender in a variety of lengths, ranging from the shortest 90 models to the enormous 130 version with up to 8 seats, but it's the middle ground 7-seat 110 models which we think make the most sense. Opting for the D300 diesel engine means effortless progress, even with every seat filled. Indeed, Land Rover says the 0 to 62 miles per hour sprint can be cracked in around 7.0 seconds. Your rear passengers will find they have a palatial amount of leg and headroom, although both the Audi Q7 and BMW X5 have slightly lower floors, so the rear seats in those models are likely to be more comfortable over big distances. Moving on, at number 5, we have the little German son, the BMW 9. It may have divisive looks, but the BMW 9 is a hugely impressive electric SUV. It's luxurious, quick, and incredibly quiet on the move. Our favorite version is the xDrive 50 model. It uses 2 electric motors and a 108 kilowatt-hours, usable, battery that gives it an official range of 382 miles. That's farther than the Audi Q8 e-tron and Jaguar I-Pace can manage. Even in real-world conditions, expect to manage up to 284 miles, which should suit most drivers just fine. The interior is the real party piece of the 9, though. It has a minimalist look, a user-friendly infotainment system and plush materials. However, even though there's plenty of space for passengers, the boot is on the small side for such a big SUV. As well as its extra range, a side benefit of opting for the xDrive 50 over the cheaper xDrive 40 model of the BMW 9 is that it can charge at a faster rate, up to 195 kilowatts versus 150 kilowatts for the xDrive 40. If you have a long commute, as I do, that extra charging speed is very useful. Moving on to number 4, we have the big brother, the Range Rover. The Range Rover is one of the founding fathers of the luxury SUV class, and today it remains the go-to choice for many. Why is that? Well, the Range Rover has a presence few other luxury cars can match. It's stylish both inside and out, plus it's incredibly comfortable to drive. That's largely thanks to its cosseting air suspension and whisper-quiet interior. Our preferred 296 brake horsepower D300 diesel engine is the cheapest option, yet still offers enough punch for most situations, although you can opt for a more powerful diesel, 2 plug-in hybrid versions or a range-topping V8 petrol if you wish. There is a catch, though, because you do have to pay a premium for the Range Rover. Rivals such as the BMW X7 and Audi Q7 are cheaper, and both come with 7 seats as standard. If you want 7 seats in the Range Rover, you have to add them as an optional extra on the LWB, long wheelbase, version. That's why the Range Rover doesn't go higher up this list. Now we enter top 3, we have the Audi Q8 e-tron. If you like the look of the Audi Q7 further up this list, but have your heart set on going electric, then the Audi Q8 e-tron is a logical side step. Like its Q7 sibling, this is a large and luxurious SUV, and one which offers more comfort for your rear passengers than the rival Mercedes EQC. Just bear in mind that the BMW 9 is more spacious still, especially if you regularly carry 3 passengers on the rear bench. No version of the Q8 e-tron could be described as slow, but it's the mid-range 55 Quattro version which we'd recommend putting on your shortlist. In our tests, this version managed the 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint in 5.4 seconds, yet thanks to its 106 kilowatt-hour battery can officially travel up to 330 miles between charges. As you'd hope at this price point, the interior of the Q8 e-tron is a fine place to while away a long journey, with high-quality materials and plenty of visual appeal. It's a shame that there are relatively few physical controls, but the ones which are present operate with a highly satisfying click. The Q8 e-tron's range sounds great, but in our real-world tests its efficiency was less than stellar. On a cold day, the Q8 e-tron recorded efficiency of 2.2 miles per kilowatt-hour, suggesting a real-world range of 233 miles. Now we enter top 2, we have the Bentley Bentayga. The Bentley Bentayga quickly became the British firm's fastest-selling car when it first went on sale, and it's not hard to see why. It has the same sense of occasion as any other Bentley, with a beautiful interior and a great infotainment system. Performance is effortless, and our favorite version, the V8S, offers a more engaging drive, even if there's a little more road noise than you'll find in the plug-in hybrid alternative. Despite its considerable size, the Bentayga offers great visibility, aided by a range of cameras. Those dimensions mean there's huge space inside, and while 7 seats come as standard, you can also choose a 7-seat layout, or even a 4-seat configuration with throne-like rear seats for those seeking ultimate luxury. Don't think that just because you're in a large car that you have to settle for large running costs. Indeed, the V6 plug-in hybrid model of the Bentayga can officially cover 28 miles on electricity alone, and returns upwards of 80 miles per gallon if you keep its battery topped up. Now the winner of the best luxury SUVs is, you guessed it, the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Yes, you could buy a property for the same money, but would your 3-bedroom house come with lamps wool mats as standard? For the best of the best interiors, the Cullinan swats away its rivals with lashings of leather, wood, and solid metal finishes. It's not only the Cullinan's interior that impresses. Considering its size, the Cullinan provides effortless performance from its mighty V12 engine. Indeed, this 2.6-ton SUV can go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 5.2 seconds. And yet, it's quiet, smooth, and refined. So, if you can afford it, the Cullinan makes a brilliant choice. However, the enormous list price and expensive running costs do restrict its position on this list. In the Cullinan, even opening the boot is luxurious, because Rolls-Royce offers a glass partition which separates the rest of the interior from the boot space, meaning you can remain warm and toasty even if the boot is open to the elements. Thanks for watching this amazing video. If you watched till the end, please like the video, and thank you, it means you enjoy the video. Please consider subscribing. Thank you to whatcar.com for the information. YouTube thinks you will like this video, give it a try. Aye.